What's up everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Welcome to some Horizon 5 again. Ooh, that was nice, came from the depths. Yeah, in today's video, I'm gonna try some of the tunes that you guys have sent me, as per usual, this time of the week. Basically, if you guys want to send over some tunes yourself for me to try, maybe you have something interesting, maybe you have something fun, maybe you have something terrible you want me to try, go over to the Discord. Link to that is down in the description box below, alongside a bunch of other stuff there as well. So go and follow me on all the other places as well, if you want to. But the Discord's there as well. And also while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. Because if you're new to the channel and you like the stuff that you're seeing, subscribing to it just takes one click, and the only thing that's going to change is my videos are now going to show up in your subscription box, instead of just on your homepage, or wherever it is that you found me from. Anyway, that is pretty much it. Let's actually get started with today's video. So, I'm just hooning around in the State 6. Like I said in yesterday's video, I've been rewatching Initial D, and I've been trying to play around with a bunch of random and weird cars, and yeah, this is obviously another car that's, you know, well, very resemblant of a car from Initial D. But anyway, speaking of, I feel like there's a lot of people that are continuously trying to send me tunes for the Golden Toge. I mean, I'm trying my best to, I don't want to pick Golden Toge tunes all the time, you know? There's literally, I'm looking at this page right now, and over the past like 3 days, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 of these tunes here just for the Golden Toge. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, just on this page without me scrolling up or down. So it's people constantly sending me stuff for it, which I understand. Like, there's a lot of people that want to see me go up and down the Golden Toge. Then again, there's like people that don't want to watch me do stuff like that, and that's completely fine as well. But I mean, I can't just be like, you know, I'm not gonna pick any more of your tunes anymore because you guys are sending me like Golden Toge tunes. Feel free to send me some other things, but if you guys want me to try some Golden Toge stuff, I'm definitely down to do it. Now, the first tune that I'm gonna go with is actually an interesting one because it's a front-wheel drive car. We haven't had a lot of front-wheel drive cars go around the Golden Toge, which makes it a lot more interesting. This guy also said that he got a 437 307 with a crash with this car. And, yeah, why? Why are you sending me that you got that time with a crash? Just do the time without the crash, and then tell me what you got. You know? I don't understand people that do stuff like that. So this is the Ford Focus RS, and this is the one that we're talking about here. And he's built his up for the top of A-Class, which is an interesting place to be, because the top of A-Class Golden Toge times, so I'm going to have a quick look here. We have a few interesting ones. And his time is apparently close to the very, very quickest of the cars on this list. So, if he's managed to pull off something interesting with this build, I'd be very, very happy to try it. So, let's give this a shot. Let me click on the tune itself. Alright, here's the share code. Everybody can try it out if you want to try it for yourselves. We got 149362512. That is the share code for the Focus. And my suffering? Questionable name. 354 horsepower, 454 newton meters of torque, and it only weighs a ton. It only weighs 1,049 kilos. That's it's very light. That is very, very light. It seems like it could be a really, really good balance. As long as he's built the diff correctly for this thing, it should be able to grip up really well, even with 400 and something horsepower. Those are the most disgusting wheels I've ever seen in my entire life. Of course, it sounds like a rally car. We'll see if this dude's lying about it. It seems alright, like I can keep my speed up in it quite a bit. I am kind of going uphill now, but it does change direction quite quickly, so that's a good thing. That seems decent. That seems decent so far. I know I've only like kind of driven it a tiny bit, but that seems quite decent. So this is the Golden Toge truck for people that don't know what's going on here. So, okay, I'm interested now because this could again be the fastest A-Class car that you guys have sent me. I've had people send me stuff before. By the way, I've already smoked this time. By the way, the 430s, there are A-Class cars that you can build that would absolutely smoke this time because I've done it. So we'll see what people are sending me. for these. I very much appreciate it if somebody send me a tune that would absolutely demolish the 430s. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get a tune that's similar to... That was insane understeer. Did you guys see that? My wheels were turned to the left. I started accelerating. This thing just went straight into the wall. That was bad. That was bad. Brakes seem really good though. I do like the brakes a lot. Okay, I think I have to be a little bit more careful with the acceleration out of corners. So I'm pretty sure this thing will understeer straight into the wall. A little tap off the wall there. That's fine. This is my very first run here. I was trying to figure out how and when I should put my power down. This is really good at high-speed corners though. Really, really good at high-speed cornering. Put a little bit of understeer there. Okay. I'm liking it so far. Actually does a very good job at handling all these corners. The diff isn't actually bad at all. It really isn't. I just have to be kind of careful with the way I put my power down afterwards. When I come out of the corner. Very, very agile. Super, super nice to drive. Really is. Because this guy sent me that time of like a 430 something, he said he did it with a crash. I'm definitely expecting this thing to be up there at the top. I have hit so many things though so far, so not with this run anyway, I'll tell you that. I've hit the guardrail a bunch of times, and that obviously slows you down. But I'll try to see what sort of time I can squeeze out with this thing. What I love about it is that it's front wheel drive as well. There's not a lot of front wheel drive cars that have been sent. Oh, lots of understeer there. That was my fault for going a bit too fast. Again, this first run is more like a try get used to the car type of run before I do a full balls to the wall run as well afterwards. Too fast on that one. I was expected to find that to kind of be a little bit tighter there, but just didn't do it for me. Nice. That was okay as well. I don't mind scratching the wall in the gap. The gap is fine. Clean. I'm really impressed with the brakes on this thing. Really, really impressed with the brakes. They do a brilliant job for this car. Okay. Too fast on this one, but I think I can just power it out. Yep, I can. Just gonna have to be a little bit more careful with it. Nice. Well, I'm not gonna get to 437, I don't think. I think that's a little bit confident. I think I'm gonna be a little bit slower than that because I kept hitting off all the guardrails and everything. I'm gonna be a little bit off. I'm gonna guess around like 444. Something like that, I think I'm gonna end up getting. But I could do faster. I can definitely go faster. Oh damn, never mind. I was wrong. I did a 438. I thought it was going to be a lot slower over the last few corners there. So 438, smack it off the guardrail a lot. Okay. Well, this basically puts this car now, just with this time, as the second fastest car in A-Class that you've sent me, which is very good. It actually just barely beat the BMW M3 that you guys have sent me last week. Someone sent me an M3 E92 last week, and yeah, well, basically it did well. But I think I ended up building my own. I can't remember what it did after I built my own. I definitely built my own, and I went again. I can't remember like if I was much faster or not. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go again with this thing and try and perfect some of the corners, and you guys will see that run as well. But I'm gonna try to stay quiet, obviously, because I'm gonna try to concentrate. Yeah, I don't know how much further I can actually push this thing. It's 435. It's good. It's very good. I mean, it's right now the fastest car in A-Class that you've sent me. Good. Like, it's very, very good. But I feel like there's little ways that you can push this a little bit more. I think maybe it's the power. Because the power delivery that you have to do is so smooth. Like, you have to be just so easy on the power when you're basically when you're putting the power down, because it's front wheel drive and it understeers quite a lot, so you have to be very, very gentle with the way you put the power down. Other than that, it feels super light on its wheels, very, very lightweight. It does a really good job at basically using its weight to go around corners. Like, it puts itself on the outside wheel and it like pushes itself very nicely around the corner. It feels like a go-kart. It's very, very light. It does a really good job at that. Like I said, the only thing is that it's front-wheel drive and it has a lot of power going to the front wheels. So basically, you literally have to be the one managing that power to the ground. Whereas if it was like a rear-wheel drive car and it has to push itself along, I think around like what the 350 horsepower mark that this has is a lot more manageable. But because this thing has to pull itself along, it is, I think, a little bit like outclassed or a little bit worse than a rear-wheel drive car, for example. But I'm not saying that this car is bad, because this car is very good. I mean, it is literally the best A-Class car that you've sent me so far. It's still far off the times that you guys should be getting an A-Class, but again, it's a very, very good car. I can't really say anything crazy that's bad about it, but it's an interesting build. It's something different, something that I haven't actually driven before in this game at this speed, like or built like this. I mean, we've had, I think the other front-wheel drive car that we've had, like, that was most recent, was probably like a Scirocco or something like that. That was a terrible build, whatever this guy sent me. It was a Scirocco, and I did like a 508 with it in A-Class, and it was just terrible. That was probably the most recent front-wheel drive car that we've had. Other front-wheel drive cars that we've had go around this track, I've had a Civic go around the track before. We did a 447, which wasn't actually that bad. We had a Peugeot 205 Rally. That, I'm pretty sure, was a front-wheel drive, but that was C-Class, and it's into the 5 minutes, so it's not really comparable to this car. But having a front-wheel drive car be faster than a lot of all-wheel drive cars and rear-wheel drive cars on this track in A-Class, you should be proud for this tune. It is actually a really good car to drive. It feels like a race car. It literally just feels like a race car. Again, it's all from driver error and stuff like that that will end up making this car slow, because, like I said, you have to be super, super smooth on the power and stuff like that to be able to use the power properly, you know what I mean? Instead of it just going around and spinning its front wheels and not being able to basically use the power to put it down on the ground. So that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say about this car right now. I like it. It's a good tune. Yeah, let's watch the rest of this thing so you guys can see exactly how it went. I'm not sure if I like the anti-lag. I mean, I guess it kind of helps for some of the cars. I haven't actually tried trail braking with this at all. I don't know if it works well enough. But yeah, as you can see, I get to this point fairly quickly over where the gap is. That was actually very clean. I went full throttle the entire way through the gap as well. The more I drove this thing, obviously, the more I felt like confident. I've done maybe like 3 or 4 runs Not from start to finish, because I ended up, like, you know, either smacking too hard into the guardrail, because I'm trying to push this thing to its limits, basically. So as you can see, I'm getting very close to the guardrails. And sometimes I'll end up hitting them, and it'll slow me down to the point where I will end up restarting. Bits like that, where it's just missing, I basically just clip it kind of like with my mirror, basically. And it'll just end up, you know, disappearing. And it just doesn't really do much to my speed. But there are times, well, there were times when I ended up, you know, like scratching off the wall a bit too hard, or scratching off the guardrail, and it slowed me down. So that's why I'm saying, like, I've done a few runs with this thing, but not full runs from start to finish. But this is technically my second run start to finish that I ended up doing with this car, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the way this thing drove. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna let this finish real quick, and we'll move on to the next car that you guys have sent me. Okay, well, I have a second build that I want to try just to see, because the guy started this sentence off by saying, I feel bad for this one. So it's a Shelby Cobra Daytona, and he's done a drag build in S1, and he managed to get a time of 14.6 on the festival drag strip. Can't remember if that's a good time or a bad time with it. Well, let's give it a shot and see. So, Shelby Daytona. Let's go over to Shelby. Boom, there it is right here. I would expect this thing to be very quick, to be honest with you. I mean, in S1, there is a very, very significant car that I have done, I think, a run with in S1. Let me just go ahead and put the code up for this thing. 622 914 193. I feel like this one I'm not going to be spending a lot of time with, because it's just kind of going up. Oh, it's rear-wheel drive. Weird. Weird that he left it as a rear-wheel drive. Right. The reason why I say it's weird that he left it as a rear-wheel drive, can you not all-wheel drive swap this thing? Surely it'll bring it just to the top of, like, S1 or something like that, or slightly higher, no? Am I wrong saying that? Anyway, so the festival drag strip is this one. And then S1 I have a very significant time set with a crazy, crazy fast car. And it is the Porsche 959. And as you can see, the time difference between mine and his is pretty immense. I feel like I want to see what this is like. I feel like you could have probably done better with this. How are you not able to put this thing as an all-wheel drive though? Let's just see what it drives like. Let's see how he built this thing. It's just because he said I feel bad for this one, and that's why I wanted to try it. Difficulty, change that to standard. Manual with clutch, because that's faster. Alright. Let's go for it. Let's see what this guy's done with this thing. It's so slow. That's really slow. Oh my god. I feel like, surely, bro. Surely you could have made this thing faster. Launching it was actually too bad. I feel like it bogs down quite a bit, though, when you launch it. Okay, it actually launched a little better this time. Weird. Weirdly enough, it launched a tiny bit better. I expected it to bog down a little bit more, and it just didn't. Yeah, isn't this car like kind of OP for some events? Am I wrong in saying that? Or it used to be in Horizon 4? I can't remember. It's 14.7. It's just that launch is just so weird. Because it just slips. It slips a lot in first, and I changed the second, and the second just kind of bogs down a little bit. So I need to weirdly launch it differently. Let me try something. I short shifted from first to second just to try and see. And I've changed my shifting points. 14.7. It's slow. It's very slow. Like I said, surely you can make this thing faster. Especially since it's only stuck at 844. I'll let it hit limiter just to see how much slower this is than short shifting. It's got too many gears as well. Oh wow, hitting limiter is actually better for it by the list of things. It's 14.707. One sec, let me try. I'll do like the quickest possible build for this thing ever. And I want to see if I can get it to be quicker than what this guy sent me. I get that you left it as a rear-wheel drive because it's actually not that bad at launching it in rear-wheel drive, but it has too many gears and everything. It just, you can get this thing to be so much quicker than what it is. I don't know why it just feels so slow. Surely there's other ways that you can make this thing quicker. What engines do we have available for it? 6.2 V8, and then we have the 8.4 V10, which is pretty much the Viper engine in this thing. So if I do that, and that, which barely adds any more weight. We don't need any aero at all, actually. I don't even know why I'm going to it. Drag slicks, front, go nice and wide, rear, go nice and wide. Wheels I'm gonna leave alone. I want to try see if just the very basic setup for this thing. I don't even need to change my transmission because I'll end up I will end up adjusting the standard one. The only reason why I'm doing that is just so I can have ARBs are probably completely useless as well, but I think they make the car lighter. Yeah, they do, just slightly. So we're at 820 now. Will this hop me up into S2? Is that why he didn't make it all-wheel drive? I mean, it technically doesn't need to be all-wheel drive, like I said. No, it doesn't even bring me up into S2. I don't understand why this guy just didn't do all this to it. See? Like, it's just so much better. Now watch, I'm gonna try and do a run now with this thing. And let's see how much better it is. Let me change this as well. I think front PSI could go up quite a bit and we should be fine. This I'm gonna try and lengthen first. Second, I'm gonna have it so it's only a 4-speed as well. Like so. Make that a little longer. There we go. And I'm pretty sure this can do like around 230, 240. We'll keep it like that for now. We'll see what it's like. Like, this is just basic setup type of stuff. This just doesn't matter. This is all going to be dependent as well. Probably have the front end kind of slightly stiffer. This I definitely want a little bit more power to go to the rear. So I'm going to guess around 60 odd %. We can try and do that. Here I'm going to soften dampers quite a bit. We'll probably adjust those as well afterwards. But I'm going to leave it like that. We'll see what the launch is like. If I need to change anything on it, I'll change it. If not, I'll leave it like this. I just want to see. Just like this. Very easy, very basic setup on it. Like, without me even test driving it, I want to see if this is actually quicker than the tune that this guy sent me. It already launches better. It just launches significantly better. Horizon Rivals. Go to S1. It doesn't really matter who my ghost is either. Just go for it. Boom. Let's see. Can I beat his 14.6 with this thing? With a tune that I've never even test drove. Let's have a quick look here. Same everything else. Same setup for the thing. You guys have seen everything that I've done to this car. first gear is too long already. That's what I've noticed. Fourth gear is just too long. I've already beaten him. I have already beaten him. I can see what my time was. 14.617. I'm faster already than the 14. What was it? 14.717 that I got with it. Gear ratios are too long. Let's shorten these. First, I could probably shorten even more. I need to like hook off the line a little better. Kind of box down a little bit. Other than that, pretty easy stuff. It's still too fast. It's still too, like, the top speed is too high. It's 14.5. It's mad. So let's do a little bit of that. And shorten this down. Is that fine? That should be fine. Let's try to run it now. Let's see. Better. Better off the line. Accelerating a little better as well. That's 14.4. See what I mean? Like, it's just so easy. Oh, wow. I thought it said 14.4 there for a second. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy to get faster and faster. Like, there's just so many little things that you can change with the way your cars handle and the way your cars drive. Like, it's just mad. It's just mad how easy it is to do setups like this. Like, you can even look at your 0 to 60 acceleration or 0 to 100 acceleration when you do stuff like this, for example. And you can see how it goes up and down. Sometimes you will need to change a couple of bits and pieces on your cars, and even though it'll say that it's got a worse like 0 to 60 or it's got a worse 0 to 100, you'll see when you're doing runs and how the car accelerates, if it's better or worse. You know what I mean? I generally think that this car could still be like rear wheel drive, but I don't know, launching it just seems very easy. See what I mean? Like here, I'm pretty sure my 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 was slower on the little graph, but the car went faster. You get what I mean? So, when you're building your cars like this, try to do that. Like, mess around with setups and stuff like that. I know people won't know exactly what they need to do for how the car, like, handles and stuff like that, but look at the graph and see what it's like, and change things yourselves. Go up and down with the suspension, with the transmission, the way it launches and everything like that. Try to have it so you have the best acceleration off the line without having the wheels slipping and stuff like that. So it's a bunch of different types of things. But basically just kind of pay attention to that and see how it is. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then of course subscribe, like, comment, share, do whatever it is you guys would like to do. But that's it. Hopefully I kind of helped a little bit with this drag tune, but that focus tune was actually very sick. It was really, really fun to drive. Especially with it being a front-wheel drive car, it just made it even more fun because it's just weird, and it's a car that, you know, I've not really taken the time to drive in this game at all. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.